yes, I wish this was clickbait as much as everybody else does, but unfortunately, Duolingo has made an anime. I don't want to be the hater here, but I'm gonna be the hater here. Who asked for this? Like, genuinely, who asked for this? Duolingo is literally doing anything but fixing their bad app. Because covering up your mistakes with bright and fun colors and cool music that vaguely resembles an anime theme will surely work. But maybe I'm just being cynical. Maybe there is something to this anime that I don't know about. How about we check it out and see? Oh my god, okay. In this video, I'll be reviewing each of the episodes, its strengths and weaknesses, and why this doesn't work as an anime. A quick disclaimer, I'll be calling this a show from now on, since it's technically not an anime considering it was not even animated in Japan. It was made by a Canadian studio. But of course they call it an anime just to get more people to click on the video. And as always, if I get anything wrong in this video, please kindly correct me in the comments. I'm still really new to this video essayist thing. So yeah, anywho, let's actually watch the show now. Okay, the animation is really good in this episode. They're good in all of the episodes, but I feel like it's the best in this one. Oh my god, everything's so fluid and I love it. The crew lands in an ominous dark room, panicking, with their streaks on top of their heads being the only thing lighting up the room. The crew currently consists of Lily, Zari, Junior, how do you pronounce his name, bro? Oscar, and Eddie. Duolingo explains that the unwilling participants are beta testers for Duolingo's new feature, saying that they'll have no problem completing its challenges, considering that, well, they're the most dedicated streak keepers. But before the episode ends, Duolingo gives us a warning to never let our streak go out. What happens if you do? Nobody knows. For now, at least. I guess I'd say that this episode is pretty solid in introducing all of the characters properly, though Eddie hardly gets any lines in this episode. And I don't know if Junior even speaks. I'd say we should have got way more time with these characters than we got. I'm not saying I need the characters to have 50 onion layers in order for me to be satisfied, but I feel like we should have got at least 2 episodes of them completing the test properly without anybody dying yet. The upcoming betrayals and deaths are going to hit much more harder if we get to know these characters better. I hardly care about any of them because I don't even know anything about them. The only thing we know is archetypes. The happy one, the emo one, the himbo, the dramatic one, the kid, the stoic one. The anime tries to add some heartwarming moments with Lily and Zari, but it just falls flat. I definitely say this is one of the more better episodes out of the bunch, but trust me, it's going kind of downhill from here. Oh yeah, sorry I forgot to mention this, but Duolingo speaking in wabing wabing bing was never funny. It's just annoying. In this episode, the crew goes down a large elevator only to land on grass, with the sunny sky staring right back at them. Quickly, they figure out it's simulated, but a green button appears. It's an option to start a lesson, but below it is a red button, so you can cancel a lesson. Junior, being the most goated one out of the crew, presses it, and Duolingo appears, not being too happy about their decision. Duolingo decides to activate his failsafe by transforming into a magical girl, because haha, magical girl funny. Oscar, bless his heart, decides that he's had enough of this and presses the cancel button anyway. He quickly gets sent to the void, never to be seen again, for now. Duolingo decides to move on to the next lesson, but as in Lily's words, they didn't even go through a lesson. Before Lily can confront Duolingo, Duolingo disappears into the void once again. And episode end. If you couldn't tell by my summary of this episode, I do not like this one at all. Literally nothing even happens. The only thing that actually happens is that Oscar gets sent to the void, but nobody even cares about him because we don't know anything about him. If I can summarize this whole episode to a friend by saying, oh yeah, they get sent down an elevator and Oscar dies, that would be it. That would literally be it. There's no actually good plot points in this episode at all because there is none besides Oscar's death. Let's just move on to episode 3, please. Surprise, surprise, something meaningful actually happened in this episode. Wow! The crew enter this office room where a giant computer stands in front of them, showcasing items that they need to collect in time. But nobody knows what happens if they don't. For now. The item names showcased are in different languages, challenging their smarts. While everything seems to be going well, they're tasked with finding, seemingly, a coin. While Eddie finds a coin, it isn't the right one. Turns out, it's corner, not coin. As punishment, Eddie disintegrates into nothingness, and he isn't seen until episode 5, with Junior losing his dad. They did a great job making this a heartbreaking scene, but then it's interrupted by Duolingo's swimsuit joke because Duolingo asked funny. And then it just ends. No slow burn, no nothing. After the joke, it literally just ends, dude. Now, I'm not saying jokes can't be put after tragic events. Some shows do that really well. But for how terrible the pacing of this show is, it just doesn't fit at all. I genuinely hate that swimsuit joke so much. Not just because it's unfunny, but because of how poorly placed it is. In fact, it's actually a miracle that Junior is still sad about it in episode 4. I thought he'd just magically forget about it because it's what the plot needs. Speaking of episode 4... Alright, I admit it. This episode is actually pretty damn good for a show this bad. In this episode, the remaining survivors end up in a cave with squares, with different words and different languages etched onto them. They have to jump on the matching words, otherwise facing punishment. Facing? Why'd I say facing? Before the challenge, a concerned Zari tries to comfort Junior, to which Junior responds that his dad will be okay, with doubtful tears in his eyes. Afterwards, they find a way to complete the challenge pretty successfully. Until... Zari steps on the wrong squares, causing her to fall to her seemingly death, with Lily being terrified and grieving. Junior starts bursting into tears, while a determined Falstaff carries Lily and Junior out of the cave. You win this time, duo. This is actually a really good and really heartbreaking episode. I would have actually liked it a lot if it weren't for the bitter taste in my mouth from the other episodes. It did feel like they were trying a little bit too hard to be hip with the kids with the Lily and Zari scene, usually with the red background and the piano coming in. Like, okay, we get what you're trying to do. Stop trying to be Karma, man. Come on. Overall, this is the best episode out of the batch. I know the bar is really low right now, but this was genuinely good. I feel like with a bit more tweaks, this episode could stand on its own. Now for the finale, episode 5. After Falstaff escorts Lily and Junior out of the cave, they end up in this piano arena thing? I still don't know what this is, even in editing. Lily sees right through Duolingo's crocodile tears and tries to attack him, only to have Falstaff hold her back. She starts angrily protesting, only for Falstaff to say that he can't have Lily attacking his boss. Duolingo guides them to the streak freezes, where Zari, Oscar, and Eddie are trapped. Lily reluctantly asks Duo how to get them out, and Duo says that the game is just beginning. Then, episode ends. First of all, I just wanted to confirm that we all saw that plot twist coming. I mean, come on. Falstaff hardly said anything and hardly did anything besides getting Lily and Junior out of the cave. Anywho, I'd suppose that this episode is pretty good for setting up a second season, if the show gets one. Which I'm sure it will, considering how many views these videos are racking up. I'd say I'm fairly neutral on this episode, besides the Duolingo ass jokes not being funny. It's fine. It does exactly what it needs to, set up a second season, and nothing more. I really wish I had more to say, but I honestly don't. Now, would I recommend the show to anyone? Not really. I mean, unless you're a Duolingo fan. That's kind of the only audience I'd see liking the show, like genuinely liking the show and not just watching it for a trend, but you know. Now, for the show's strengths, the music is pretty solid and the animation is absolutely stellar, and the voice actors did a wonderful job, especially Junior and Eddie. But that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Now for the weaknesses, because trust me, there are a lot of them, but I feel like most of them can be boiled down to a select few points. the comedy, the story, and the pacing. I'll get the big ones out of the way first, starting with the pacing. The pacing is absolutely dog shit, I'm sorry. Why that problem exists in the first place is mostly because of how short the episodes are, which I genuinely don't understand. With how much money Duolingo has, I'm sure that they weren't on a budget or anything. Like, all of the episodes compiled together are 6 minutes and 23 seconds. That's shorter than your average anime episode, dude. I'm not saying I need every episode to be like Stranger Things length, but come on! Making the episodes longer could have helped out the show a lot. One show that has short episodes yet has incredibly brilliant emotional moments is Alien Stage, which is referenced like one time for this video, but I absolutely love that show. Not so much the fandom, but that's a different story for a different time. They give us wonderful exposition about each of the characters, getting us to care about them, and getting really good complex emotional arcs. We don't know anything about these Duolingo characters beyond their archetypes, and we get stereotypical arcs from each of them. Hell, some of them don't even get arcs, like Mr. Oscar, who was killed off. Before I yap too much about this, because this video is already super duper long, we're gonna move on to story. The story is mediocre. It's serviceable to a general audience, but that's about it. For the most part anyway. The plot twists are incredibly predictable and don't emit any emotion from me besides anger or disinterest. And that's mostly at Duolingo because he's fucking annoying. And characters don't really get their time to shine because of how short the episodes are. Like, outside of their death scenes, of course, they weren't really that memorable to begin with. And this isn't even their fault, it's the writer's fault. Because the story is so mediocre, I don't really have that much to say about it, so let's just move on to the comedy. The comedy... Where do I begin with you? First of all, literally none of the jokes are funny. Not the ass jokes, not the magical girl jokes, not them referencing better animes I could have watched in this waste of my time. None of them. Like I said with the whole Duolingo swimsuit situation, some of the jokes blatantly interrupt the emotional depth of some of those scenes, which contributes to the bad pacing. Now, let's just move on. I don't want to rewatch the show any longer. I felt like the show could have genuinely been good if they just stopped trying to follow trends for once and actually be a good show. Because trust me, there was lots of potential with this show, but as it stands, it's pretty bad. Now, I'm not saying you're a loser if you like this show or you watch this show. If you like it, good for you. I'm glad you found something you enjoy. But for me personally, I do not like this. I will be watching season 2 when it comes out to see if anything has improved, and I will be making a review on that if it does. But what do you guys think of this? Do you think it had potential? Did you think it was good, or did you think it was bad? Let me know in the comment section. I've been Glitter X Razzie. This video is way too long, and thank you for watching.